Good morning. Chair Craven, can you
Good morning,
start the meeting? Thank
and
you.
welcome to today's meeting of the June 25th, 2021 Public Facilities Commission meeting. I'm Catherine Craven, the chair, and we want to welcome aboard J.C. Burton, who I think we're seeing. There she is. Our brand new member of the commission. Welcome aboard, J.C., and we so look forward and delighted to meet you in person one of these days. And I'll let you introduce yourself, and Commissioner Mamoli, going to you right now. So Larry and then JC.
Yes, good morning, everyone, and to JC, congratulations coming on commission. Look forward again, as Catherine said, to seeing you in person.
Likewise, welcome. I'm excited to be here and serve the citizens of Boston and the community. I'm J.C. Burton, President and CEO of Msba Construction. I look forward to serving with all of you. Thank you so much sorry for the technical difficulty. I'm on audio on one and video on another, but I think I'll have that squared away next week. Today's Zoom decided not to work, or at least the camera decided not to work.
You're doing great. It's good to see you.
Thank
you.
you.
So I'm going to turn this over to Catherine Pendleton, who will read the agenda. First of all, do we have minutes that we need to get voted on?
Commissioner, I would just wanted to note for the record that the meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. I also just wanted to note for the record that this meeting was publicly posted and is being held in accordance with the enactment that was signed into law last week by Governor Baker, extending the suspensions of certain provisions of the open meeting law, which is allowing us, this commission, to meet by remote means today, and extending until April 1st, 2022. At this time, I believe, Colleen, if you could perform the roll call.
Thank you, Seamus. Please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the commission. Catherine Craven, Chair.
Present.
Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
Seamus Highland, Assistant Corp Counsel.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, Article Clerk.
Present.
With PFD, Kerry Griffin, Director.
Present.
Robert Miller, Project Manager, 2.
Present.
And I'll read for the record the remainder of the individuals who are in attendance but will not be presenting in today's meeting. J.C. Burton, Incoming Commissioner.
Present.
Henry Lutine, Corp Counsel.
Present.
Niall Murphy, Chief of Staff.
Present.
And Carlton Jones, Assistant Director for Operations.
Present.
And this concludes the roll call. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Colleen. The first order of business before you this morning, Commissioners, concerns the draft meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department and the Department of Neighborhood Development from the prior meetings, which took place on May 12th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
Motion to approve.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. The ayes have it.
The meeting minutes for May 12th for PFD and DND are hereby approved. This morning, with the Public Facilities Department, we are also pleased to have the Director of the Department, Kerry Griffin, with us. There are two vote requests on the agenda before the Commission today. Vote numbers 1 and 2 are being presented by Robert Miller, Project Manager 2 for the Public Facilities Department. Commissioners, votes 1 and 2 are both requests to award consultant contracts for the 2021 Massachusetts School Building Authority's Accelerated Repairs Program, or ARP, at 2 Boston Public Schools located in East Boston. The project to be managed by PFD. As a result, there is a request to the Commission to allow the project manager, Mr. Miller, to present the votes 1 and 2 jointly with a separate roll call for each vote thereafter. Would that be agreeable to the Commission?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Vote number 1 is a request to award a contract to ExpertCon Incorporated to provide owner project manager, or OPM, services associated with the 2021 MSBA ARP at 2 Boston Public Schools projects. Contract price is recommended at $15,000. Vote number 2 is a request to award a contract to Raymond Design Associates Incorporated to provide design and construction administration services associated with the 2021 MSBA ARP at 2 Boston Public Schools projects. The contract price for that vote is recommended at $196,000, $196,710,000, excuse me. Rob, if you'd like to present your vote requests at this time.
Thank you, Seamus. Good morning, Commissioners.
Well,
I am here today to request the Commission's approval to award a complete owner's project management, or OPM, services contract with ExpertCon Incorporated and a design and construction administration services contract with Raymond Design Associates Incorporated, otherwise known as RDA. These contracts are associated with the 2021 Massachusetts School Building Authority, otherwise known as the MSBA Accelerated Repair Program, or ARP, at 2 Boston Public Schools. As you are aware, the MSBA Accelerated Repair Program is for facilities, as you might be aware, I should say, the MSBA Accelerated Repair Program is for facilities in which the scope of work is limited to the replacement or repair of roofs, windows, exterior doors, and boilers. This program focuses on extending the useful life of otherwise structurally sound buildings that are capable of supporting the required educational program for a particular school. The following 2 schools have been approved by the MSBA for the ARP program. The Samuel Adams Elementary School, which is located in East Boston, and that's for the window and door replacements, and the Patrick J. Kennedy Elementary School, also located in East Boston, for the boiler replacement and associated repairs. To expedite project delivery, the MSBA assigns an OPM and designer to districts who are invited into the ARP program. During the life of an ARP project, all school districts collaborating with the MSBA are required to appropriate funds 2 separate times. First, upon initial invitation into the Accelerated Repair Program, districts have 60 days to appropriate funds for schematic design services. Second, upon the MSBA board approval of the schematic design for a project, school districts have 90 days to appropriate the balance of the funds to support the construction document phase through construction completion. And this includes all construction and soft costs as well as contingencies. For the schools before you today, the MSBA process started in February 2020 with the city's submission of 11 statements of interest, or SOIs, to the MSBA. Aside from 2 projects before you today, the city submitted 9 other statements of interest for various roof, boiler, and window replacement projects. However, for budgetary reasons, the MSBA decided that they were not going to invite any of these other projects into the 2021 Accelerated Repair Program. And then, in February 2021, City Council appropriated $306,000 for the schematic design phase of these 2 projects. And then in April 14th of 2021, the MSBA assigned the consultants to the city. The MSBA conducted its own publicly advertised procurement process for these consultants. And subsequently, the MSBA's selection committee reviewed the applicants and their submissions, then rated and shortlisted the top firms. Accordingly, ExpertCon and Raymond Design Associates, or RDA, were assigned to the city. The city was directed to bring these firms under contract using the MSBA's approved contract documents for the services described herein. The city has no objection to employing the OPM services of ExpertCon or the design services of RDA. ExpertCon and RDA have both worked with the MSBA and completed and ongoing projects within the ARP program for numerous years. They have also worked on windows and boiler projects in the past at various locations throughout the state. ExpertCon has no subconsultants named under this OPM contract. RDA has listed subconsultants as Architectural Engineers Incorporated as subconsultant, which is a state-certified women business enterprise firm, and Engineers Design Group is a subconsultant, which is a minority business enterprise firm, and they will provide the following services. Architectural engineers will be the plumbing engineer and HVAC engineer, or heating, ventilation, and air conditioning engineer. And 2, Engineers Design Group will be the structural engineer. The scope of services for ExpertCon includes scheduling, cost estimating, oversight of site coordination and conditions, and managing the schematic design, or SD, submission to the MSBA for review and approval of the project funding agreement. The scope of services for RDA includes scheduling, cost estimating, oversight of site coordination and conditions, and preparing the schematic design submission to the MSBA for review and approval of the project funding agreement. The cost of the SD services for ExpertCon is $15,000, and the cost of the schematic design services for RDA is $196,710. These are negotiated fees based on the number of schools included and the scope of work. The fee arrangement is established by the MSBA past project and practices. The term of contract is 52 weeks with the initial 20 weeks dedicated to schematic design services. We are anticipating having the schematic design complete for submission to the MSBA by October 28, 2021, with the exception of approval at the December 15, 2021 MSBA Board of Directors meeting. Construction is projected to take place in the summer of 2023. Lastly, the funds requested are approved by the City's Office of Budget Management as further explained and verified with supporting documentation in the project background memorandum. At this time, I ask you to direct your attention to the PowerPoint presentation. This is the second slide. Catherine, is there the first slide? I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. This is the Samuel Adams School on the left, and the Patrick, oh, I lost the presentation, sorry. What you saw there was the Samuel Adams School on the left and the Patrick J. Kennedy School on the right. There you go. And next slide, please. Okay, this is the, I'm sorry, I'm a little out of sequence here. Here are the few existing conditions photos of the St. Adams School, otherwise known as the school with the best view in Boston. The aluminum frame windows were installed in the late 1980s as part of the Massport sound installation projects, and they're actively failing and need to be addressed on a regular basis. The photo on right speaks for itself regarding the generally poor conditions of the exterior doors. Next slide, please. Here are a few more photos of the Adams School. On the left, you have the interior view of the historic facade windows from the auditorium. And on the right is a view of the main entrance, which does not provide any natural daylight into the school's main corridor. Next slide, please. And this is the existing boiler room at the Patrick J. Kennedy School, depicting the existing steam boiler and associated controls which have exceeded their life expectancies. The system is currently operational but requires continual maintenance that is quite costly. Thank you for your time and consideration of this vote request. I welcome the opportunity to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you, Robert. Any questions from the commissioners? Actually, yeah, Larry?
No questions. Good progress to get going. I put a motion to approve.
Okay, so moved. Second it, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank
Robert.
you.
Thank you, commissioners.
I think we need a vote. That was vote one. Another motion for vote two.
Thank you. Vote
Okay.
number 1 is hereby approved, and now if we could vote on vote number 2.
All right, do I hear a motion from Larry?
Approve two. Vote number two.
And seconded by me, and all in favor say aye,
Aye.
and the ayes have it.
Thank you, commissioners. Vote number 2 is hereby approved. That concludes the Public Facilities Department's business before the PFC this morning. Is there a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
And seconded, all in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, so this is 3 pounds on my gavel. This section of the meeting has been adjourned.